Good evening, cruisers.
Hello there.
So this is kind of an impromptu live that,
Very impromptu.
yeah, I looked at Laurie about 30 minutes ago and I said, hey, can we, you want to do a live and talk about this whole Utopia thing? And she's like, what now? And I'm like, yeah, here, let's go shoot some pictures,
Which
and do a thumbnail in 30 minutes and we're gonna go live.
would have I would have liked a little more time on the thumbnail, but we're angry
Yeah.
and we want to talk about it and we want to tell you guys
Yeah,
what's going on.
and I don't know if anyone even knows about this yet. Um, so basically, the inaugural cruise of Utopia
It's been
is
changed.
no longer the inaugural cruise of Utopia. Um, so that's like three inaugural cruises in the past month or so that have completely changed. Well, this one is changing differently from the rest of them. The Princess, I forget the name of the ship because I haven't paid that close of attention to it. Princess got delayed. Last week, I think Star was the passengers were told that it was
I
delayed.
think that might be back on
Well, guess what? Today, we receive an email from Royal Caribbean
Utopia is ahead of schedule.
saying that Utopia is ahead of schedule. It's like, okay, cool.
Great. Okay.
And then we dig into the email and it says, well, your inaugural cruise that you booked is no longer going to be the inaugural cruise because we're sticking a cruise ahead of it.
3-day cruise.
Yeah. So the inaugural cruise was supposed to be a 4-day cruise. And 4 days is pushing it when you're talking about a mega ship.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really, I don't know how we would ever get through a ship that big
Crazy.
and try to cover as
He's shaking the whole
cover as much as we would want to video and bring to you guys in 4 days. And now they say, no, we're putting a 3-day cruise ahead of yours. And if you want to, you can switch your 4-day cruise to a 3-day cruise and we'll refund you that day.
Right. Or, hey, congratulations, you can still keep your 4-day cruise. And we're
Yeah.
just gonna
I
put
mean,
another one in front of that.
well, yeah, I didn't expect them to do that. Hey, they're early. They're going to want to make some money as early as possible. Okay, I understand that. But
Give us the option to like maybe add the 3
yeah,
days and
there's nothing even in there about, oh, if you want to do a back to back and do the 3-day inaugural and then the 4-day that you already had booked, you can do that too.
yeah. No.
Nothing in there about
Choose
that.
3-day or 4-day was pretty much what they
Yeah,
said.
it's basically that. Choose a 3-day or choose a 4-day. And we started looking at it and it's like 3 days on a mega ship. We could probably not get half of the things we wanted to do done on a 4-day cruise on a mega ship. You're not going to get into the shows that you want to get into or the restaurants that you want to get into or any of those other things. And now you're compressing it to a 3-day cruise with everybody else that's wanting to get into the same thing because they want to be on the inaugural cruise. Well, and then we start running the numbers and it's like,
That's a whole other ball.
Utopia was expensive. The 4-day inaugural cruise was expensive. I mean, basically, it's what you would be paying for a
7
7-day
day.
cruise
Hmm.
um, for 4 days. It's basically what we paid for Icon for a 7-day cruise.
Right. Well, we got lucky with
Well,
Icon.
we got lucky and we got a discounted
Yeah.
price on Icon. But let me jump over here and make sure that, yeah, we probably don't have any viewers or comments yet, but got
You
it,
just
got it,
jumped
got
on
it.
really quick.
Yeah, this was really spur of the moment, but we're kind of upset, and I saw no news about it
Oh,
anywhere.
yeah.
Hey, Journey with the Gingers, thanks for coming on.
Just to catch you up really quick, we're really upset that Utopia or Royal Caribbean for the Utopia of the Seas has changed the inaugural cruise from a 4-day that leaves on July 22nd to a 3-day that now leaves on July 19th.
Yeah, so we
It's
could
just a quick
change that,
recap for you.
but you're talking about a ship that if it had come out a year ago, it would have been the largest ship in the world. Um, and 3 days, what are you going to get to see in 3 days? Um, and so there was no option to extend it.
Mhm. No
If
back-to-back
no
options, three
back-to-back
day or
options
4 day.
offered, or even when we called them, which, it does say on there that, "Oh, fill out this form and choose what you wanna do."
Yeah,
But the form
I
doesn't do
wasn't
you
gonna
any
do
good
that.
if you want to do a back-to-back. You don't
Correct.
net because, eh, 4 days was pushing it, and we would have been leaving a lot on the table. A lot of things. I mean, even Icon was 7 days. There
We
were
still didn't
there
get
were so
everything.
many things that we didn't get
Yeah.
to do. So now we've got a brand new ship that nobody's ever seen before, and we've got 3 days on it,
3
uh,
days.
3 days to try to do everything there is to
And a
do.
port day. I mean, so, I mean, it's not like it's just all sea days.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Um,
you've got Perfect Day and you
Perfect
got
day.
Nassau. That's all
No,
that the
I don't
Utopia is doing.
think it's going to Nassau. No, the 3 day, well, no, it is. It says
Yeah,
Bahamas and Perfect
it's
Day.
the same thing. It's the
Yeah,
same cruise. And that's what Utopia is doing, and that's Royal Caribbean's new thing. They want to do these
right.
short cruises to bring in new cruisers, but you're on this mega ship. I guess they want people to just come back and
Yeah.
come back and come back. But for those kind of prices, they're kind of absurd.
And you have 7 days
Yeah.
to make your change or decision or whatever it is you want to do. So you better do it quick.
So Journey with the Ginger says that would be too hard for vlogging and enjoying the cruise at the same time. Yeah,
Agreed.
there's no way that you're going to enjoy the cruise. I mean,
Be
I c-
hard enough just getting around the boat or the
right.
ship. Sorry.
I like I say, we had 7 days on Icon, and we never got to see the comedy club. We never got to see, never really got to spend any time in the hideout, but
Yeah.
all these things. And now you've got Utopia, which is, it's a Wonder. It's the same class as Wonder, I think. So it's a
By same class as I come. I mean, not.
no, no, it's no. Only you've got Icon, then you got Star,
Oh, yes, yes,
there's
yes. Okay,
the
right.
Icon
Sorry.
3 or whatever. But yeah, I think it's the same class as Wonder, which is
Oh, I love it.
yes.
Hi, Lori.
Yeah,
Sorry.
we've seen some of your videos, and I told my Lori, I said, "Hey, she's a Lori too."
Yeah, yeah,
So
instantly
that's
like you.
yeah, that's Journey with the Gingers. She said, "By the way, my name's Lori too." Yeah, I pointed that out to Lori a few weeks ago when we started watching some of your videos.
And Corey
Um,
pronounced it properly. I
yeah,
never knew how to pronounce my name. I always said it wrong, and everybody spelt it wrong all the time until I met him and he started actually pronouncing the
and
AU
it's that
together.
that Southern accent. Yeah,
Well, your grandmother
Lori.
was a speech therapist, and you had to pronounce things properly.
Yeah.
And he likes to correct people too. Anyway,
What can I say? So anyway,
I mean, I could
Royal
read a little bit
Caribbean,
about this, but
and here's some of the points, some of the reasons that we're upset right now. Number one, Royal Caribbean could have said, "Oh, we're coming in early. Why don't we put another 4 day cruise in there? And then we could switch our 4 day cruise to a 4 day cruise because I mean, geez, we're still 3 months out from Utopia,
well, yeah, 'cause it's July,
from
yeah,
when it's supposed to be over 3 months. So you've got April, May, June, July. That's 4 months out.
4 months.
So if they're running that early and they're planning an earlier cruise, okay, so you're not sticking to your 3 days and 4 days schedule. Why don't you just make that first cruise a 4 day? That way, everybody that was already booked on the inaugural cruise can switch over to the new inaugural cruise. Then you got another 4 day cruise you can sail. And then from that point on, you can go your 3 day, 4 day, 3 day, 4 day, and do whatever
I
you
mean,
want.
that would make sense.
But
It would be an easier
that
transition,
would be a very easy
and right,
transition.
and you wouldn't have to prorate all of the stuff
You
that
wouldn't have
you're
to
gonna prorate
prorate or
or like
refund money or anything like that. Now, admittedly, we're only $200 into this cruise.
we are
We
non-food.
paid a
Oops,
deposit. We
oops,
haven't paid
oops.
anything else
So I can
beyond
read
that.
this.
Here, let me expand this so you can
Well, I was just
see
gonna
most
read
of it.
like right here,
Yeah.
where so they basically were like, if your plans are flexible, we'll transfer your current booking to the new inaugural sale date of July, on July 19th. The exact stateroom at no additional cost. Okay, great. And then it will be prorated for the change in sailing nights. So we get a 1 day cruise fare refund. And then a complimentary transfer covers your cruise fare. Okay.
Yeah.
Uh, your booking will be okay, yeah, all the same, all the same. If you purchased, okay, air, and so that's pretty much it. And then of course they mentioned about, if you choose to sail on the inaugural season or whatever, look for some, sweet commemorative items to celebrate the newest ship on during the first and second sailing. So they are still gonna kind of give
Yeah, I
you
guess they're still gonna
something
give you
for
that
it,
stuff,
but
but, you know, if you're booking
just
an inaugural cruise, you're booking it because you wanna be on the first sailing of the ship. I mean, that's kind of the whole point, and we booked it because it was, hey, peop it's like anything else. We're new cruisers, but we're loving cruising.
yeah,
We're really enjoying
we're
it.
new cruisers together.
Yeah, new cruisers together.
Yeah.
Um, but hey, we're also baby vloggers. We're trying to,
Get you
get
guys
better at this
content,
stuff and
information,
show
and
people
yeah,
things that they want to see.
it's
And
making
it's
me
like,
drink.
what what do people want to see? Well, they want to see the latest and greatest, the new stuff out there. So we're like, okay, why don't we try to do an inaugural?
So Journey with Gingers has a question,
Okay.
and it does say right here, if you want to read it, if
Yeah,
you
she says,
purchased your
what
air.
happens if
Well,
you already booked your
that's what the
flights?
Air to Sea team.
Well, it doesn't matter. It says, so if you book through Air2C or purchase your air with our Air2C team or hotel, we'll directly assist you with changing your flights and accommodations. For guests who book non-refundable air and or hotel independently, we'll cover any travel change fees up to $200 for the domestic travel and $400 for international travel per person.
So we're
Um,
doing something, but
they are doing something. And it's not a complaint about what they're doing. It's really more a complaint about what they didn't do. I mean,
okay. Okay. So do we
seriously,
have the option of
all
adding 3 days and doing it back to back?
yeah. I
If
mean,
if
all it would take was someone thinking, "Hey, these people are already doing a 4-day cruise. Um, we're putting a 3-day cruise ahead of it. Why don't we just make that a 4-day? Then they can switch over. We don't have to refund any
nobody
money.
has to do
They're
anything,
still getting
easy.
their 4 days on this brand new ship to do whatever they're gonna do because that cruise is gonna be packed with vloggers and people who are trying to get the content out, trying to show the world this ship."
Didn't
But
think you said ship at
uh,
first. Sorry.
but but they didn't do that. No, they're going to put a 3-day cruise ahead because that's the whole schedule for Utopia is 3-day, 4-day, 3-day, 4-day. Okay, break the mold a little bit, Royal Caribbean. Put a 4-day cruise ahead. Let everybody transfer over. It's a week earlier. Yeah, you may have some flight or hotel issues in there, but those can be handled. But to go from a 4-day to a 3-day, now you're taking 24 hours out of our experience on Utopia and really, really causing issues. Now, for a few minutes, we thought about, man, maybe we're still kind of debating um, whether we would do a back to back if we could get them to do that. That's the second thing that they didn't do that they
That's
could
not
have
an
done
option at
is
this
they could
time.
have said, "Hey, we're doing a 3-day for the inaugural. If you want to keep your 4-day, you can book the 3-day in the same room and do a back to back and be there for 7 days."
I know, yeah.
And we thought about that. We've discussed it and even called Royal Caribbean about it. But of course, the people on the phone can't help you because you have to do everything through some
Use a link or
silly
yeah.
online survey link that doesn't
Mhm.
give you any options.
Yeah.
Um, and we didn't book it through Royal Caribbean to begin with. We booked it through our travel agent. So
So
they said contact your travel agent. So we've reached out, haven't heard anything back.
and we don't know how much it's gonna cost.
Yeah,
So I mean,
but
for 3 days, I don't want it to cost the same as it's charged for
and then we
4 day, you know?
started adding up how much it would cost.
There you can take that.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Yep. I'm still learning this stuff. So then we started calculating out how much is this going to cost if we did do a 7-day. And I looked at it, I'm like, Lori, you could do your Disney cruise for that amount of money.
Been wanting to go on a
And we've
Disney
looked at
cruise.
it and we could do it for a lot less. or we could
We could
do
do a 7-day on Disney, which I only thought it was a short cruise. I don't know why. But so I could do a 7-day on Disney for less than it would cost us to go on it
on a
back to
back to
back
back. Yeah. And we
and have money left over.
yeah,
Like
a
so
good bit.
yeah, good
Or we
bit.
could do a 7-day on Virgin,
Or
which is what I want to go on.
yeah.
I'd like to go on a Virgin Voyages, but
So
you know
we're
they don't really
actually
have those.
right, right,
The only thing I've been able to find in the time frame was like a 5-day,
right.
but still it was a whole lot less. I mean, it was less than the 4-day on Utopia.
Yeah.
So
So we're actually thinking about losing our deposit and doing something else
yeah,
because
I
at
mean, I'm
this point, is it
seriously
really worth it? So
seriously
I don't know.
thinking about abandoning our $200 deposit
We're
because
gonna pay the money.
uh
Let's do something that we can get more out of.
yeah, because in
We're from Cape Canaveral.
yeah, so Journey with the Gingers asks, where's it leaving from? It's leaving from Cape Canaveral, which would be our first time sailing out of that port.
Yes. Yes.
But hey, if we do Disney, we'd sail out of that port anyway.
Yes.
So, um, so yeah, we've got some.
Changing anything just yet.
Yeah, we're not changing
We're
anything
looking
just
at
yet.
options to see what's going to be the best thing for us and how much we can spread our
Yeah.
money.
If anybody knows Tony from La Lita Loca or any of those cruise news guys out there,
Oh, I'm
Jason
sure
with
they
Travel
already know about
Scouts,
it. I'm
yeah, they
sure.
probably all know about it. But uh, maybe we're the first on YouTube to break this news. But that's why I wanted to jump on live.
So
I
we should tell everybody about it.
think we should absolutely because
It's
it
unfortunate because
leaves us
we're really
frustrated.
excited about being on an inaugural cruise
Yeah.
and, experiencing something different. And so
I would do some days in Disney World and then get on MSC.
we've never
Um,
been on MSC either.
yeah,
There's a lot of cruise lines that we have not been
yeah,
on.
we
And
are
so
we're kind of cruise virgins. Um, well, we've been on. You and I were both on Carnival before we met,
separately, but yeah, before we even knew each other,
and then since we started doing this whole thing, we've been on Royal Caribbean.
it just happened
Um,
that way. It's not because
yeah,
we're like, oh, I have to be on Royal Caribbean, but
yeah. So
it's
I
just
mean,
working out that
we
way.
have been kind of loyal to Royal, but uh, this is disappointing. I mean, especially after Icon, the inaugural of Icon just kind of went off without a hitch. The only issues that they had um, were a couple of shows that, our first night of
Laser
Wizard of
tag, yeah,
Oz,
laser
they
tag.
had some set issues. Laser tag, they had some issues with, and then we had the seas were rough during the Aqua show
And they
that one
canceled.
night.
Right.
So yeah, Journey with Ginger says we cruised with CME Traveling on MSC last month. We love the seashore. We haven't cruised on MSC. We haven't even talked about cruising on the MSC.
No, we have not.
Really, um, we've seen some of the negative stuff out there,
Wouldn't necessarily
and
stop me, but there's others
wouldn't
that
stop me.
we're
But
more excited about. Like we mentioned, Disney. I'm a
yeah,
fan, and he's a fan of Virgin. So like those are two that are up on the top that we're like, oh, we need to check these out. So
yeah. I mean, we always thought, well, Virgin and Disney are too expensive, but geez, Royal is
when
kind
we
of
yeah
climbing up into that
when we
class. Uh,
And that's where it was, and that's why we did not look there. And so when he brought up the fact about doing the back to back, he started running the numbers based on what we paid or what we were going to pay for
yeah,
the 4-day. And then he was like, "Well, this is how much it's going to be." And then he started looking at different cruise lines and stuff. And when we actually started breaking it down, we're like, "Holy crap, we can like do a 7-day for less than that." And
yeah,
so that's when we really started seriously thinking about just losing our $200. Do I want to lose it? Not necessarily. Do I want to go on Utopia? Yes, of course I do. But I just don't know if that's going to be our best course of action or, best for our interest at this point. I don't know.
yeah. I don't know.
The
I
next
mean,
couple of days are going to really, really define that
yeah.
and
I
how
mean,
much it's going to
we've
cost
got
and
a
what else
week.
we could do.
We've got a week to decide.
March
So
12th,
March 12th. Uh,
no later than
hopefully,
March 12th.
hopefully we'll hear back from our travel agent, and they'll let us know if there's an option for extending to
Yeah.
a back to back, and at that point, we'll
Be nice if they gave us a little discount on that.
it would be.
But I won't get my hopes up though.
It would be because it's already expensive on a, the daily rate, is over 700
Well, and we're
bucks a
adding
day,
another 3 days, so
and you're adding 3 days. But the ports of call are
the same.
honestly no interest to me. Nassau, every ship, almost every ship you go on stops at Nassau.
Yeah.
And
There's only so much you
why,
can
I don't
do.
know. Um,
Perfect
Nassau's not
day.
not particularly that interesting to me. Perfect day at Coco Cay. We've already been there 3 times.
Mm.
Um, yeah, on our 3 Royal Caribbean cruises. So it's like, okay, well, that's a beach day, and
Just
we
fine.
wouldn't have gotten off, of Utopia anyway,
No, we couldn't because it was too
because
short.
there was too much to do. So, Laurie says, "Yes, I would just sleep on it." I'm sure you have some options. Um,
We do. And we'll keep you
yeah.
guys posted as to what we do.
Yeah, and we'll see
Um,
you, Laurie, this weekend in Helen. So,
oh,
yeah, the other,
sweet.
they're gonna be at Helen, and so we're
Glory
going to
squared.
yep, we're
Sorry, I
going
got
down to
excited
Helen
with that.
for, a, YouTuber meetup that we heard about on the Icon from, Mike Clock,
Yep. Yep.
Clock Family Adventures. He told us about it, and we're like, "Hey, we're just an hour and a half from Helen, so, let's go on down there."
Absolutely.
Let's see. He said, "Yay, Hannah and I will see you there." Can't
Sweet.
wait to meet you
Yeah.
guys. We've been watching some of your stuff, and we watched your live with Darian. I think it was last week. So um, we're really looking forward to this. Looking forward to all the people that we can meet. We've been jumping on other people's lives, and been doing a few lives ourselves with other cruise tubers that we met on
Icon. Yep.
Icon.
And we have
And
another one tomorrow.
yeah, we got another one tomorrow, so, that's why this is completely unplanned. Tomorrow,
Yes.
you'll see us in our studio, and we're bringing, Andy and Andrea from Arc Adventures in, and we're gonna have a good time discussing everything that we learned, uh, on the Icon.
Yeah.
So, hey, Ocean to Ocean, welcome in. Uh, so anyway, that's what we're dealing with. We're trying to figure out what we're gonna do, and
We have
I
options.
don't know. We've got options,
And suggested, we'll sleep on it. We've put our feelers out to some other cruise lines and other cruises, and we've
Yeah,
also contacted our travel agent to see what is going to look good for us and
yeah.
what's gonna work best for us. So
So
you didn't
before we finish off,
put the new one in there.
no, I don't have a slide for the new one. I've got a video for the new one. I could probably play that.
Oh, I've got anyways, I made a nice
Here,
new
let
one
me
that's
try this. Video file. Let me pull it up. I got it here somewhere.
I thought I gave you pictures.
Huh?
I thought I gave you pictures. I didn't do a video. I gave you pictures.
Oh yeah, that's right. You gave me pictures. I
Let's
created a
see.
video file.
Oh, well, that's not my fault. Anyways, we have a group cruise coming up in November,
Yep.
and I've made a nice new snazzy kind of colorful, fun. You really should show that, at least that picture, cruising with friends.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'll
if you
show
can
that.
find it. Let's see.
Where is that?
Oh, see, being at the computer and doing it really fast.
Let's see.
It's got too
Computer.
much
Why don't
crap
you talk
open on
about the
this
cruise while I
computer.
try to find this?
Okay. Well, we started this whole thing started because I went on a birthday cruise in November. And by researching it and stuff, that's kind of what got us into this whole cruise vlogging. And so, because it was so successful last year, I said, I think I need to have a cruise, birthday cruise every year. And so this year we contacted Holland America. This was actually again, like we mentioned earlier, we don't have a lot of cruise lines under our belt. So we're pretty excited about doing Holland and doing something different. And this cruise is going to It's going to Grand Turks and Caicos, San Juan, St. Thomas, and Nassau. And it's November 10th through the 17th.
Yep. And we've got some great prices
Leaves
on
out
this
of Fort
cruise.
Lauderdale.
Yep, leaves out of Fort Lauderdale.
Find it?
No, I'll have to find it later. And I'll have to get the video.
Yeah.
I'll have to export that video separately for this. Hey, CME Traveling.
Hello.
Welcome in. So yeah, these are really compared to the other stuff we've been doing.
Oh my God, this is like
These are
way cheaper
incredible
than some of the
pricing because
where
this pricing
includes have it all.
includes the have it all package. So that means you get your drink package, you got your Wi-Fi, you get $100 towards an excursion, and you get a specialty dining. You know, and the balcony, that's for two people. Balcony is $26.58 price, and that's good through
June 13th.
June
I
13th,
believe those
something like that.
prices are good through.
Yeah. So
And it's all based on double occupancy.
Yeah. That's for two people. That's not per person. Yeah, that's some pretty good prices, in my opinion, from what we've been seeing, from everything else. Holland America, it's they've got a reputation for having some of the best food out there.
Yes.
Best food at sea.
I don't know if anybody else
Very
has
good
been on
service.
Holland
I
or
don't know
New Amsterdam.
if
Let
you
us know in the comments.
absolutely if you've been on Holland America or New Amsterdam, let us know. This will be
some really great things. Pretty excited about it.
This will actually be our second cruise on New Amsterdam because our first is in June. We're actually on an Alaska cruise in June on New Amsterdam.
So we'll be all set, and we're going to do cold and warm on that ship.
Yes.
So that will be fun to kind of see the difference.
We're going to see it in all seasons.
Yeah.
But
all right, we're getting off
All
topic
right.
to Utopia. So
yeah, let's drop that off. But anyway, guys, that's
I mean, we don't want to beat a dead horse, but
yeah, I don't want to beat a dead horse. We've already been here almost 30 minutes.
yeah.
And that was basically it.
We're
So
just upset that they were just like, oh, hey, that's great that you can still keep it. And if you want to, don't do anything with this email. But there's going to be a new inaugural cruise 3 days instead of 4, 3 days before your inaugural cruise that is no longer.
right.
But if you want it, oh, you can do it, and then we'll just refund you a day.
I mean, I don't know about the rest of you guys, but you're on a brand new ship, a mega ship.
Yeah, 3 days. How are you even going to get back and forth?
I mean, our first this ship is not that much smaller than Icon. Our first day on Icon, we had like 18,000 steps.
Yes, at least on the Icon.
So, geez.
Yeah. We'll keep you posted if anything changes. But they did give us a week to make a decision.
So we've got a week. Yeah. Maybe
and they'll give us the same room that we're booked on now if we want to change. Or we could just keep everything.
I think at least everybody that's chatting in here is going to be in Helen this weekend. So CME is already talking about how they've been packing for Helen, driving early in the morning.
We haven't
not sure where you guys are coming from. And Journey of the Ginger says, so glad you're all coming into Helen. We will be in Helen Friday
morning or
early afternoon. I mean, we're probably going to leave here before noon, and it's about an hour and a half. So we plan on definitely being there at for spaghetti ice.
Yes, I keep hearing all that.
Ice cream house.
I haven't had ice cream in a very, very long time because we're on a very restrictive diet. But let me tell you what, I'm going to be eating some ice cream.
Yeah, we're eating the same way Darian's eating. So
yeah.
Anyway. And have been since last August.
Yes.
But anyway, yeah.
Thanks for all guys chiming in and joining us on our live stream.
Thanks everybody. All our new YouTube friends for joining in, and anybody else that's out there. If you're watching it on the replay, please let us know where you guys are coming from.
Let us know your thoughts too on what's happening and
Journey with the Gingers. We are coming from just south of the Great Smoky Mountains National Park in Western North Carolina. So,
And so if anybody has any suggestions on what we could do or recommendations, maybe, hey, you know what? We did this and we really liked it. We're
yeah,
looking at, July is not off the table, but we're looking anywhere from July through mid-September.
yeah,
So end of July to mid-September is the time frame if Utopia doesn't happen. So
yeah. So,
South Carolina,
any group cruises out there in that range
maybe
that
we'll jump on
with
that
some
too.
cool people to meet,
Yeah.
we're definitely would be willing to jump on that. We've already jumped on one group cruise next year with
Next July 2025
yeah,
with
with
Howie Cruise
Howie
and
Cruise, our friends that we
cruising
met
by
on Icon.
Sharon.
Yeah, yeah, Sharon Etsy, I think.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Yes.
Um, all right, guys.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks everybody for tuning in. Please leave us comments in the chat. Let us know where you're watching from. And if you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell. That way, like these folks, you find out when we go live.
Yeah.
All right, guys. See you next time. Bye.